So Netflix is back with another NFL position group show called Receiver. And you remember the show that we had covered previously from Netflix called Quarterback, and that was a
Yeah,
pretty good one.
yeah, that show was great, man. That was a great show.
Yeah, they've covered a handful of different receivers from the league, and the first episode featured Amon-Ra St. Brown from the Detroit Lions, George Kittle from the San Francisco 49ers, and Deebo Samuel from the San Francisco 49ers. And
Okay.
taking a look at some Amon-Ra St. Brown highlights, I didn't know that his father, John Brown, was a two-time Mr. Universe champion, and he's shown to be very invested in his son's football career. They also showed that they told a story about when he was a kid and he was just kind of starting out in Pee Wee football. They saw one of the really successful wide receivers on the team walk home with his dad, and they approached them and said, "Hey, how what's your training regimen? What do you do?" And they said, "Well, we have a jug machine at home." So after talking to the other father, they got the jug machine, and he said, "Well, they caught 200 balls every day. You're going to catch 202 balls." Um, do you think that athletes should be taking notes here about the journey to greatness?
Yeah, I mean, and lucky for him, he has his father that was there motivating him and pushing him to be great and kind of going a little bit over the top, which is what every athlete needs some type of motivation in. So, yeah, people definitely should take notes coming in. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah, and what was actually also pretty interesting is he was fluent in German, so he could read, write, and speak German. And he said that was the influence of his mother, who she had them read like some German books every morning before school. And he said he didn't like it, but could see how there was an advantage now to be bilingual. So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then people also who saw the show may remember his goofy touchdown celebration, complete with his hip thrusts. And he said that it was from a Key and Peele sketch. And St. Brown called it life imitating art. And I think we need more pop culture references in our touchdown celebrations. What do you think?
No, I absolutely agree. I feel like because some of those touchdown celebrations be crazy, James. But I feel like if it's a good one, it should definitely represent something. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah, and the next receiver that we have was Deebo Samuel from the San Francisco 49ers. And
Yeah.
I I kind of view him as almost a hybrid running back and receiver, just by the way he plays. And I've definitely seen him burn my team, the Cowboys, on multiple occasions, and it's very upsetting, but
Yeah.
interesting to watch for sure. And
Yeah.
Debo's name actually came from the movie Friday, and that was because he said when he was a kid, he used to fight and take stuff from kids, so he got the nickname from his dad. And he's
Oh.
definitely a tough player. Do you think that the nickname matches his play style?
No, most definitely. It's kind of funny being that that was his name coming from that movie. Yeah, I feel like he used his personality in the game, you know what I mean, to be that dominant player, that bully, you know what I mean, receiver, which it's not a bad thing to me, you know.
Yeah, and there's also clips on the show, and they show him and his son interacting. It's definitely adorable. And his wife was saying that he'll baby his son, but then tell his wife not to baby his son, but then he'll still baby his son, which is I don't it's interesting to see that. And
Yeah.
he had also mentioned that he actually plays better now that his teammates call it dad strength. So
Mm.
and I'm actually curious to know, who would you rather have on your team, St. Brown or Deebo?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have to say Debo. You know what I mean? Just because of the fact we've seen him play, especially with this last season, playing against the Chiefs, playing against all the Lions, all these good teams. Um, yeah, man, he's a good asset when needed. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, the Niners made it all the way to the Super Bowl. So he's definitely a high caliber wide receiver.
Yes.
And then Also on the show, they had George Kittle from the San Francisco 49ers. And so he's a tight end, but I thought about it, and I guess tight ends do still receive the ball. So,
Yeah, they
but
do.
then I guess you couldn't consider running backs the same as receivers, although they also receive the ball. So, but he's definitely quite the character, and he's shown to be a jokester on the show. Kittle actually has a party bus, and he's like painted on the side of it and everything. And his friends and family take the bus to games. So
Okay.
if we could, would you be open to filming an episode of J&J Sports on the party bus?
Oh, I definitely would, man. That'll definitely be fun. Definitely a new experience. If we ever get that chance, I think we should definitely look into it.
Yeah, we're just waiting on the invitation.
Please let us know in the comments if y'all know anybody.
Uh, so this one was pretty tough. Kittle, they showed him, and he had a shirt that said F-bomb Dallas, and he actually uses the four-letter word on the shirt, and he got fined $15,000 for showing it after getting a touchdown against Dallas. He
Wow.
said it was worth it. What do you think?
Um, Man, I'm gonna be honest. It probably was. I mean, you know what I mean? If you could beat a team in advance, and you that much confident, I guess. But I mean, I get it came back to bite them at the end, though. You know what I mean? In the Super Bowl game. So, but I feel like those athletes, they don't care about that money and the fines. Honestly, man, they do what they feel is right or what they feel in the moment. So, yeah.
Yeah, I could see a group of loyal 49ers fans paying off that fine, like crowdfunding it or something like that. That
I
would be
mean, and I'm pretty sure in one game he can get that back, so it's no problem.
there's definitely a deep history between the Cowboys and the 49ers through the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. Do you think Kittle's reignited the rivalry between the teams?
Yeah, I feel like now it's definitely going to be tough, especially I don't know if they play this upcoming season. We're definitely going to give you guys the schedule for the next show, but if they do, yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I believe they do play, and it's going to be one of those games because they've played the past few seasons, and the Cowboys just cannot beat them. So we're going to see if Dallas can finally do that.
We can find right, and we're probably going to cover that game too, for sure.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and please let us know in the comments if you're watching the Netflix show, what you think, and if you would recommend it.
Yeah, and we'll definitely cover the next episode. I'll definitely kind of get into that show as well on my free time. But we as always, man, that's the end of our show, man. We appreciate you guys for episode 67, man. We're almost to 100. I just want to say thank you guys for just rocking with us this whole time. We've been dedicated and we're gonna keep going hard. James?
I'm looking forward to continuing and also looking forward to all these upcoming sporting events. We got the Olympics, we got some UFC. So it started the NFL season. It's going to get hot here.
Oh, it definitely, especially when we get in that studio, man. It's gonna be even hotter. But we appreciate you guys. Keep rocking with us, like, comment, subscribe. As always, I'm Jamar McKeel.
I'm James Jurowitz.
Y'all just got served with J&J Sports, episode 67. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye. J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.